Everybody, glad you're with us. We've got baseball on the show. It's the Boston Red Sox going up against the Chicago White Sox. All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. So, almost ready to get underway on the hill here today. Chris Flexen. And Singy, it's unique these days, but he's more of a pitch-to-contact type of guy.
Yeah, Boogie, he doesn't rely too heavily on the strikeout. He knows he needs to miss barrels, get some soft contact, let the defense do work behind him. And I think a guy like that can keep a good tempo, don't give hitters time to adjust or think. They can move through a ball game, and you look up, they're in line for a quality start. We'll see what he's got in this one.
And a pitch. Jarren Duran, the leadoff batter, as he looks at ball one. There's a strike.
1-1.
Lined into left center, and that should be extra bases. Now he'll turn for second, and it gets by him. Now around second, going for third. Luis Robert coming into the game now as the injured replacement.
Number 88.
Pablo Reyes stands in. That's a slider for a strike.
0-1.
Duran, the lone runner, stands at third with no outs. Out to short. DeYoung throws to first in time. There for the out. Runner scores from third.
So important to really lock in on an at-bat like this. It seems easy with the infield back, but you've got to make sure you put the ball in play. Put it on the ground, brought that run in.
Now the left fielder, Masataka Yoshida. And there's a strike on the outside corner. Yoshida, 30 years old now, and he's driven in 8 runs over his last 10 games.
Ball.
Next offering upstairs. One down, base is empty. Swing at a ball lifted to center field, and that'll fall for a base hit. And that extends his hitting streak yet again. This is starting to get pretty interesting, Singy.
Yeah, and the way he's going, it seems like there's no end in sight. This is a guy that no pitcher wants to face right now, especially with runners on base. I mean, he's doing all the little things right, and it just seems like he's in cruise control at the plate.
And the pitch. And a foul ball.
He's dealing with a great 2-strike hitter right here. The strikeout is not automatic.
0-2 now. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Next offering is down low. 1 run across in the frame so far here in the second game of the series. The 1-2. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Here's Bobby Dahlbeck. Homered in the ball game yesterday afternoon. Swings through that one for strike 1.
0-1.
A dive, nice stop from his knees. The throw, it's there, and that's a great play.
That was a great job of doing the math. He had the perfect angle, diving stop, completes the play, and that ends the inning.
Back here with my pal Siggy. And today's starting pitcher, Lucas Giolito. And Chris, he's a guy that gets better when things get tough.
Yeah, his batting average against is actually better when he's in a jam. So we'll see if he continues to dance his way out of danger.
Andrew Benintendi steps up. Foul ball there. You know, we talk so much about how guys prepare for a start. For Giolito, one of the things that's really cool, he actually uses scouting reports and then plays MLB The Show to execute how he's going to go about attacking hitters. Time to check out the lineup for the White Sox. Already trailing by a run in this one. They'll be looking to get on the scoreboard early on as well.
Well, it's just the one run, so not too big a hill to climb. But, yeah, if they can answer back in this inning or at least in the next couple, that'll maybe settle everyone into this ball game, and that includes their own starter on the mound.
And a foul ball. So the night before his start, he effectively goes over the lineup he anticipates he's going to face and plays the game. So he goes through an entire opposing lineup on MLB The Show, utilizing his own scouting report the team provided.
You know, variant speeds can be just as useful for a pitcher as movement. As you see right there, it really wasn't a great location. But the fact that the velocity change had the hitter off balance, and that's all you got to do sometimes.
Base hit. Around first, digging for two. The throw in. And he's out. Cut down, and that ends the inning. Top of the second. Now here's the Red Sox DH, Vaughn Grissom. That one missed. Swing and a ball popped up. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. One away. Here's Tyler O'Neill.
Tyler O'Neill.
First pitch doesn't find the zone.
1-0.
Pop foul out of play off to the right.
Instead of letting the hitter get his arms extended, tied him up a little bit, slightly up, slightly in.
A little out front there as he swings through it.
1-2.
That one ripped. And that should be extra bases. And that's going to roll to the wall. And he starts his afternoon off right with a double.
Everything came together for him. When you connect and it jumps off your bat like that, you're thinking double at the very least. What a great swing on it, and man, he wasn't fooled at all.
Now, Connor Wong. Big swing and a miss.
0 balls, 1 strike.
O'Neill, the runner at second with one away. Next offering is in for a strike.
Looks like he's just sizing him up there. Really good pitch to hit, but he took it all the way. Sometimes guys just want to set their timing later on in the game. That may be a pitch that he turns on.
Right-hander kicks, deals. Got him swinging for a strikeout. Had him way out front of the slurve.
It becomes pretty difficult as a teammate when a guy's struggling like this. You don't know if you want to go up and tell him to keep swinging it or if you want to give him his space, what exactly he needs. But right now, it's clearly a struggle for him, and you're just hoping that somehow, some way it'll click, and he can get out of this as quickly as possible.
Trevor Story in the box with 2 gone, and takes a look at a called strike. The shortstop takes the ball. Close one, doesn't get the call. Now 2 balls and a strike. Hard hit left side. In time to Vaughn. And Story is out. That's out number 3. 1 left for the Red Sox, but they still lead it 1-0. And we're back. Bottom of the second. Stepping in, Andrew Vaughn. First pitch misses. Giolito, a former All-Star. He features a 4-seam fastball, a changeup, a slider, and he occasionally uses a curve. Takes Hits it over the fence. That's an automatic double.
The automatic double kind of feels like enjoying cruise control in your car, dude. You don't need to keep the pedal down as you cruise into second base. Just no worries in the world. You know what? He put a really good swing on that one.
O'Neill makes the grab. Runner tags at second. He's safe at third, and the tying run is 90 feet away. So up next for Chicago, Dominic Fletcher. Now a high fly ball out to left center. Yoshida sizing this one up. Drops into the glove. Runner tags for home. He'll score with a sac fly. You're tied at one.
Sometimes all you got to do is your job, and don't overcomplicate things. Keep it simple. Runner third, less than 2 outs. Put the ball in play, and a nice job with the sac fly. He didn't want to give up that run, but he did. Got the fly ball, sac fly out. Now it's time to attack these other guys. Get your team back in the dugout.
Next offered in there for a strike. No balls, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. Curveball in the dirt. In time, the 2-3 strikeout ends the inning. But they push across 1 run on 1 base hit, no errors, and no one left on. We played 2 full, all tied 1-1. Back at Guaranteed Rate Field, all set for the start of the inning. Now here's the Red Sox leadoff hitter, Jarren Duran. The right-hander back to work. That one ripped, but foul. The 0-1. Hit on the ground to the right side. And he takes it himself for the out. At the plate, Pablo Reyes.
Second baseman, Pablo Reyes.
And there's the strike.
0-1.
Line to left. And Benintendi able to make the grab.
Man, that's one of those at-bats where you have to remind yourself it's about the process. He did everything right there. Nothing to show for it. But in your mind, you have to convince yourself that it was a very good at-bat.
Lopez tosses to first. Red Sox go 1-2-3. And welcome back to the ballpark. Bottom of the inning. The batter will be the shortstop, Paul DeJong. Ball 1, no strikes.
1-0.
Right through there for a strike. Ball to strike. The pitch.
No, that missed. That's the ball.
Fought off foul. Comes a 2-2. And down on strikes he goes. 1 up, 1 down. Martin Maldonado up to hit. And there's a ball. 1 out, base is empty. Next offering is fouled back. Swing and a miss. He was late. Strike 2.
1-2 to count.
Fouls it off. Still 1-2. Now a screamer into the outfield. Hauls it in, and there's 2 away.
The left fielder, number 23.
Back to the top of the White Sox lineup. Benintendi to the plate. Swing and a miss. Strike 1.
0-1.
That one fouled off. 2 outs, base is empty. Runs it up to 96 to record the punch out. Nothing doing for the White Sox. Still tied 1-1. Here on the south side, John Shelby with Chris Singleton, and set to lead off the 4th, Rafael Devers. The pitch. Devers swings and drives one. Deep right field. Carrying well and out of here. Just like that, they move in front. It's 2-1. That adds another game to his hitting streak, Chris.
Yeah, he's been doing so many things well at the plate and clearly driving the ball with some authority as part of that. He's really dangerous with the bat in his hands right now. He's so good at getting his arms extended, and that's exactly what he did right there. You don't typically want to pull a pitch in that part of the plate, but he doesn't allow his wrists to roll over, stays through the ball, gets the loft, and gets the home run.
And the batter now, Bobby Dalbec.
No, ball.
Just missed.
1-0.
Always exciting to see a leadoff home run in an inning. Kind of gets the offense fired up, and you start to expect a big inning.
Nobody on, nobody out with a run in here in the second game of the series. And
Nope,
it is
that's
2-1.
outside. Ball.
The pitch. Fights it off. He'll see another. That one misses, and it's a full count.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Now this is in the air down the line. He's got it, and there's one away.
Good pitch. He just kind of had him out in front on that pitch away and wasn't able to stay close.
Vaughn Grissom, the next to hit. He's 0 for 1. Grissom measures 6 feet 2 inches, 23 years old, and he's put together some good swings lately with 5 home runs in his last 10 games. 1 out, bases empty, and a run in. Top half of inning number 4. The next offering misses. 1 ball, 1 strike. The wind of the pitch. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Slider got him for strike 3.
Well, that's always the key to effective pitching is getting ahead in the count. And as a pitcher, it really allows you to start expanding the zone. Hitters become defensive, and all of a sudden that plate starts to get really wide. And what happens is because of the pressure, you end up committing to a pitch as a batter before you recognize what it is, and that's what leads to the strikeout.
And right back to the mound. The throw to first, and that's the 3rd out. The Red Sox pick up a run on the homer, and the home team down a run. Back here on the south side, ready to go for the last half of the inning. Here's the second baseman, Nicky Lopez. Giolito back to work. And a strike.
Well, a good slider from an opposite-handed pitcher has to stay in that tunnel just a little bit longer. Otherwise, recognition can cause you to barrel it up. And right there, the hitter clearly couldn't do anything with it.
Next pitch is outside. Swing and a miss as he was out front.
2-2.
The 2-2 on the way. And down on strikes. Leadoff hitter retired in the 4th.
Frustrating end to the at-bat for the hitter, and I'm sure that's going to sit on him for a little while. You want to be ready to hit the fastball. Sometimes you can overthink things, and I think that was the case right there.
Jimenez batting for the 2nd time, and that's strike 1. And a foul ball. 1 down, base is empty. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. This one in the air right field. O'Neill getting an angle on it. Makes the catch. And there's 2 down.
Now first baseman, Andrew.
And next will be the cleanup hitter, Andrew Vaughn. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. Fastball for a strike. Next offering is downstairs.
Looks like he's being a little cautious with him in this at-bat after doubling the first time up. Doesn't want to make another mistake.
Next offering is in for a strike. 2 outs. Base hit. That was smoke through the infield.
Well, a swing like that can help you come out of the struggle. We saw the numbers coming into the ball game, but all he's trying to do at this point is help his team win.
Here is Yoan Moncada. Duran makes the catch, and that'll do it. So 1 left for the White Sox, and our score remains 2-1. Ready now for the 5th inning. Here's the catcher, Connor Wong. Flexen back to work. And there's a base hit to left. So a runner aboard to start the inning. Trevor Story comes up to the plate. First time up, he grounded to third. You talk about elite defensive players, especially in the middle of the diamond, and this guy is at the top of the list. Move to first, and he's back in safely.
Yeah, we go beyond just the fielding percentage and what it looks like, but the ability to have range and close holes that are normally there against an average defender. But this guy is special, and you can see it in his first step quickness.
Here comes 0-1, and a foul ball left side.
Boog, and the one thing about that is speed never goes in a slump, and defense shouldn't either. Hitting-wise, you can struggle, you can lose your mechanics, but the thing that you can do consistently every single game is play great defense if you're talented in that way, and this is what this guy does.
Here's the 0-2. On the ground, could be 2. On to second, they get 1. On the ball, 2.
Well, almost any time you roll over and send a 2-ball to short at this level, you can pretty much count on a double play. Middle infielders are just so reliable, and they work on these plays all the time, so it almost becomes like second nature.
Duran stands in now and watches strike 1. 2 down, nobody on, and we're at the top of the 5th. And a swing and a line drive into right field. Fletcher balls it in to end the inning. And we're back. And now the right fielder, Dominic Fletcher. The pitch. That one's upstairs, ball 1. And it's 1-0. And that's in there at the knees.
Get a little frustrated with the strike zone.
Next offering is in for a strike. Swing and a miss. That one in the dirt. And it beats him for the first out after the drop third strike.
Well, I don't think there's a hitter alive that hasn't at some point succumbed to that pitch right there. It just looks like it's in the zone the entire way, and then the topspin and gravity take over in the blink of an eye, and it's just such a tough pitch to lay off of.
And a foul ball. Here comes a pitch. Ripped on a line. Could be extra bases. Now he turns and heads for second. The throw in. Not in time. It's a double.
I was watching his rounds during batting practice today. So impressed with his ability to let the ball travel, go back up the middle and the other way. Sometimes when you step in the box during the game, you get a little anxious and you get away from that. But so far, I've seen him stay consistent with his pregame preparation.
And fouled off.
As a pitcher, you know the runner on second is ready to push things with this speed. A base hit's probably going to be a big run, so you really have to execute on the mound.
That one is absolutely belted way back there. Reaching for it and breaks it in. Runner tags and goes to third. The relay. And he's safe. Great effort, but it's a tie ball game.
Gotta love the over-the-shoulder catch. I tell you what, those are really fun to make.
And now the catcher comes up to him. Martin Maldonado. There's a strike.
Well, he's been incredibly efficient in this one. First pitch strike percentage over 70%. That's well above league average, and that's what's allowed him to pitch well up until this point.
The 1-1. A swing and a miss as he chases way out of the zone. All tied up. Last half of inning number 5. Foul tip into the mid, struck him out. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left on. All right, we go to the top half of inning number 6. So stepping in for Boston, Pablo Reyes. Now fly ball to right center. Fletcher sizes this one up, and he makes the catch. And there's one away. Here's the left fielder, Masataka Yoshida, 1 for 2. Laced down the line. This looks like extra bases. Around first and hustling for second. And he's into second base with 1 away as the go-ahead run. Well, Singy, he is locked in there.
Well, he's really slowed the game down.
Intentional walk coming here, and that sets up the double play possibility with 1 away and runners at first and second. Manager out of the dugout now, and it looks like we'll see a change on the mound. Chris Flexen departs, and as he heads for the dugout, we'll take a quick break. New arm, Eric Petty on the pitch here.
Coming on to face a righty bat, and they've had quite a bit of success against him this year.
That's to third. And it gets by him. Headed for the plate. The throw is offline, and he's in to score. It's 3-2.
He kind of rolled over on this pitch a little bit, but he got enough behind it to shoot it through for a knock, and we'll take that anytime you can get him to find a hole.
And the batter now, Vaughn Grissom.
I'm curious how he decides to attack on the mound. This guy at the plate has been great hitting him.
Grounder might be 2. Over to Lopez, 1. On the ball, 2. But the RBI single pushes across a run. It's now a 3-2 ball game. You're watching. And welcome back to the ballpark. Bottom of the 6th inning. There's Benintendi to start it off. And he deals. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter. Next offering is in for a strike. The pitch.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
0-2 fastball way out of the zone. I think he's trying to speed him up. Got to stay back. Off speed's probably coming.
And a base hit on the line. Off to a good start with a leadoff knock.
He's been swinging it really well lately. We often hear the phrase short to it, long through it, and that's a great example of it right there. Got the barrel in the hitting zone early, squared it up with a well-timed swing, and came away with a beautiful line drive into center field.
Throws to first in time. 1 away, bottom of the 6th.
There was a time where that sac bunt was just ho-hum, very basic, but is increasingly difficult as it's become to get bunts down in the big leagues. Nice job right there.
Jimenez in the box here. Lets that one go for a ball. Fought off foul. Line drive. That's a base hit. Into third now. So runners at the corners and 1 out.
Love how he let that ball travel, trusted his hands. Nice job of going the other way.
1 down. And here comes the skipper, and we're going to see a pitching change in this spot. Brayan Bello into the game. He has a great slider with tons of movement. And that one just misses. A ball and no strikes.
Well, all eyes on the double play ball in this spot. No better way to get out of this inning.
To first, maybe a 2-ball. Over to Story for 1. Return throw to first. Got him. Double play. And that'll do it. So a strong showing there from the Boston bullpen. We're through 6 full. It's the Red Sox 3 and the White Sox 2. New inning getting started. Now it's the right fielder, Tyler O'Neill. And a pitch. On the ground, right side. Over to first, and O'Neill is retired.
Good arm side run and sink on that pitch right there. Got inside on him and got him to bounce into that out.
Connor Wong.
Wong in the box again. Takes a strike. Movement in the bullpen. Tanner Banks up and throwing. Garcia getting loose as well. Splits the plate, and the count is 0-2. That one to first, Vaughn. He'll do it himself, and that quickly 2 away.
Good arm side run to that same side hitter right there. Very difficult to put that ball in the air or get through it. Just pours in on the hands.
Fetty, 31 years old. He joined the team as a free agent. And that one fouled off. 2 down, nobody on. Left field. Benintendi is there. Brings it in for the 3rd out. Set for the last half of the 7th. And now it's switch hitting third baseman Yoan Moncada. On the ground. Sneaks through, base hit. And that puts the tying run on base. And up next for Chicago, Dominic Fletcher. He's 0 for 1. Ground ball left side, could be 2. To second, there's 1, and that's 2.
If you blink, you might miss it, and that's the magic of the 5-4-3 double play. It happens so fast, which is a huge reason why this is such a delicate sequence. The entire play will break down if one person has bad timing.
And now it's even up. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2.
This guy's got such a good sinker. As a hitter, you've got to look up in the zone. If you look down, you're going to be chasing stuff in the dirt.
Trying to hold a 1-run lead here at the bottom of the 7th. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout. Top of the 8th. Here's the center fielder, Jarren Duran.
The center fielder, number 16, Jarren.
Fetty back to work. Line drive. And it stays fair. Around first, heading for 2. In safely. It's a double and his 2nd hit.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Solid double down the line, and that was a pretty decent pitch that he just turned on. Not really out over the plate. It was inside, but he was more than ready to get that bat through the zone.
Reyes, the next to hit, takes ball 1. And there's a foul ball. 1-1 now. And a swing and a miss.
Well, he went inside a couple of times, and now outside. Hitter's not exactly sure where to look for this next pitch.
Slice to right. Fletcher pulls that one down. Runner tags at second, and he's in safely at third with 1 out.
Now back left field.
And now Masataka Yoshida.
You have to find a way to score the runner from third, especially with less than 2 outs. Wait for the pitch you want and hit it as hard as you can.
Bounced up the middle. That's a base hit as a run scores.
First pitch swinging, went up there with a plan to be aggressive. Just kept it simple. Played Pepper with the middle of the infield and took it back where it came from, and there's just no one there to knock it down.
On the ground right side, finds its way through, base hit. And they'll have runners at the corners after a 1-out single.
Didn't take long to get a result for that at bat. There's something about pulling one down the line and shooting it through the infield that's just so satisfying as a hitter. It's just fun turning on a pitch like he did right there. In the infield at the corners, don't be surprised to see them come home first and prevent that run from scoring.
Up the middle. That's a base hit as a run scores.
A couple of hits in a row for him here. Timing on the swing was good.
Tanner Banks taking over on the mound.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
Line drive, and that should be extra bases. Rounds third, headed for the plate. 1 run is in.
4 hits in a row, and they're really swinging it here. Loud contact leads to the double. I mean, you could tell it had extra bases written all over it as it jumped off of his stick.
Tyler O'Neill up next for the Red Sox. 1 for 3. And that one fouled off. Fouled off. He was late. And a pitch. Foul ball. It stays 0-2. Kicks and fires. Fastball, and he gets out of the way. Misses. It's a strikeout. And stepping in for Boston, Connor Wong. And the first offering is not close. Dahlbeck, the runner at third. Grissom on at second with 2 down. In the air, left field. And Benintendi able to make the grab. And that is that. They strike for 3 runs on 5 hits. No errors. And ready for the bottom of the 8th. Here's the shortstop at the plate. Paul DeYoung. The wide to kick the pitch. Missed with a changeup. 1-0. And that one hit 97 on the gun.
Big at bat right here. He did the team thing, took until he got a strike. Now he's got to go to work, shorten up that swing a little bit, do whatever it takes to get on base.
On the ground to the left. And that's just foul. 1-2 here. And a base hit into right center field. And the leadoff man aboard. Martin Maldonado steps to the plate for the White Sox. Swinging a foul straight back.
Now this team is definitely looking for a big swing of the bat right here. Try to close that gap. But, you know, at the very least, if you can find a way to manufacture that run from first, it feels like it's really important with getting back into this ballgame.
0-2 now. Line drive, caught. Takes it to the bag himself and doubles him off.
Now back, left field.
Benintendi up here. On the ground, right side. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. We're back. It's the top of the 9th, and there's a new pitcher on the mound, Steven Wilson. He last pitched.
Number 36, Steven.
4 days pitches and goes, so he should feel pretty fresh. The pitch. Story, the leadoff batter, as he swings through it for strike one. And that is cut out and missed. And it's 0-2.
Man, that was pretty gross right there.
That one just misses.
Caught a break right there. Pretty good pitch on the outside corner.
At the belt and fires. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
Man, I really like the ability to bounce back right there after not getting the call he probably should have gotten. He didn't let it affect his focus, and he came back with another good pitch to get him swinging.
So the lineup flips over. Jarren Duran up next for the Red Sox. And that one handled. Tosses to first. And a couple of quick outs. Pablo Reyes up next for the Red Sox.
Pablo Reyes.
Swung on, belted. Robert hustling after it. Lays out and makes the play.
One of the most fun and exciting things you can do as an outfielder. You lay out, you make a diving catch, and you end the inning. That gets the team fired up in the dugout.
We head to the bottom of the ninth. Down to no.
The second baseman,
Chris Martin gets the call from the pen.
And he's got a nice lead to work with, so he should come in throwing strikes, attacking these hitters.
And a pitch. In there at the knees. That's strike one. Fly ball down the line. And no one can get to it. It's a foul ball. And the right-hander deals. That one the other way. And it's caught for the out.
It's never fun going back to the dugout after hitting a line drive that finds a glove, but you will get some high fives. You know, when you make great contact, you feel like you've done everything right. But in this game of baseball, not everything is in your control.
So they're down to their final out. And here's the first baseman, Andrew Vaughn. And there's the strike. 2 down, nobody on. Here the last half of inning number 9. And it's fouled away.
Ooh, missed a mistake right there.
This could end it. And they'll do it again. Ball game.
Sometimes it takes just getting away from home. Players can sort of come together, connect a little bit more than they do when they're at home with their families, and that can breed to success on the field, as we saw in this game today. Excellent win by this team.
And your final 6-2. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Sciambi. We'll see you soon.